How you doing? How you doing, everybody? Welcome back again. I know I haven't done a recording in a minute. I haven't posted in a minute, but this week it's gonna be a little bit different. I'm on break from school, so I'm going to be doing a lot of trainings and posting them, and more so for future references, right? And I'm hoping that this is going to actually help you in a big way. Um, I'm currently looking at GBP JPY. I just want to analyze this trade real quick for us. And hopefully in the process, we also get to learn something as we do this, right? So I'm looking at GBP JPY on the daily time frame. This is going to be a really short video, but it's going to be immensely helpful for us for sure. Now, there's two concepts that I'm going to analyze this trade with, and I'm hoping that at the end of the day, the trade goes in our way. I'm already in it for sale, but I want us to go through it, and hopefully we can benefit from it. Now, the first thing that I am seeing on this trade right here, right, is the formation of this M pattern, right? This is a pattern, the M pattern right here, right? You can already see it. Market gave us the M pattern, gave us a pullback into the M pattern, then broke out. You can see the breakout structure right here. Now, what is an M pattern, right? So an M pattern is a market structure pattern based on, pretty much how the market is, printing itself over time as it moves. And this can be a good predictor of how the market is going to actually move for you in the future. If you're able to spot it, then you're able to actually just be in a place where you can catch a nice move for yourself. Now, the first thing about M patterns, before we can even dive into it, let me just bring this over here, and we can hopefully look at it together, right? Allow me to delete this. Now, an M pattern basically looks like this. It's the creation of an M, okay? It looks exactly like an M, something like that, okay? The one thing you have to observe with the M pattern, right? There's two things happening here. First of all, it creates a support level. There's this zone right here, which is a support level for the M pattern. Okay, you obviously have to identify it based on how the candlesticks are reacting, right? You have to identify it based on how the candlesticks are reacting. But the market is saying, I have found some kind of a support here, right? I'm not going below this. So, okay, I have found some support over here. The other thing that we also seeing with this M pattern is that it also creates a double top. Right? It also creates a double top, and we know what a double top means. So pretty much, if you're able to catch a double top, you could have sold this trade pushing down out of this leg right here, right? But now you missed this move pushing down. You missed it. You did not see it. Now the market has gotten to this area, and you're still waiting because when you're trading, you want to be a patient trader. You always want to be a patient trader. You don't rush into any trades. I've done that in the past. I've made that mistake and I've paid dearly for it. Okay, so don't rush into it. So now you see something like this. There's two possible scenarios here, two possible scenarios that can actually occur, and we're going to look at both the scenarios. So the first one is that this market, right? This market could get rejected at this area like that, and you would see it bounce back up, right? That's a possible scenario, right? Where the market gets rejected and it pushes up. So you could anticipate for that and prepare for a buy position. Or You could also have, which is my favorite, right? There's the possible scenario that this market is going to break this support level here. Now, this support level here is what we refer to as the neckline. Okay, this is what we refer to as the neckline, right? And it's super important for us, right? So just you knowing that is incredibly important because it's going to serve you in a big way as you continue, with your trading, right? So if the market breaks this, goes below the neckline, that is what now we refer to as the break of structure. Break of structure. Cannot type. Or in some cases, you see people abbreviate it as the BOS, right? Break of structure. Let's have a different background. Okay. I don't know if that's about this. It's gonna drive me crazy. Okay, so break of structure. That's what just happened here at the neckline. Because now the market has gone below the support level. Okay, so when that happens, now we have a break of structure. Okay, if the market goes below here, we have a break of structure. I can actually use the ghost candles because that would just actually be a little bit better. Where are they? I drive myself crazy sometimes with these things. But why not? If it's gonna make our work look a little bit better. Now I cannot see them. Oh, here you go. So sorry about that. I need a boost feed. So we see, oh, there's gonna be multiple candles. Okay, but we see this happen right now. Okay, the market goes below the neckline. At this point, what are you expecting? This is where now you have to be a very patient trader. In this case, you're going to trade what we call the retest. So you wait for the market to come back to this level, the neckline. Okay, you wait for the market to come back to the neckline, and this is where you're going to catch your sell position. Okay, you catch the neckline, market comes back here, and this is where you are going to sell. Okay, so pretty much what are you waiting for? The break, the retest, okay, and then you sell from there. It's pretty much, it looks like an obvious move, but this can help you make some good money down the line. Okay, and that's what we are observing on the daily time frame with GBP JPY over here. So we have our neckline. I'll mark from this level here, the bottom of those candles. Okay, we have our neckline there. Now, there's two things, two reasons why I like this trade. There's two reasons why I like this trade. You can already see here. You can see here the initial move drop to this level, the rejection, and then the break. Now we have the retest to the same place. If you look at this daily candle, you can already see there is some kind of rejection happening in this area, right? So this is our retest, right, to this area here, and now we want to see a drop down. Okay, we want to see our drop down, but this is on the daily time frame. I'm not taking trades on the daily time frame, but it helps me now anticipate a move that is gonna keep happening. All right, so I'll go ahead and drop down to the 4-hour time frame. Now I'm dropping down to the 4-hour time frame. Okay, and I'm seeing this move. Okay, I'm seeing this move right here, our break. You can see how the market was playing in this area. This is beautiful right here on the 4 hours. So we have our break, our retest. Okay, so now I already know what I'm searching for. I wanna catch this sell. I wanna catch this sell. Okay, so just based on knowing that, you know you're searching for a sell. So there's no crazy hassle for you going crazy to see what's happening and all that, right? You can make this just a little bit faint. We'll need to maybe put a few things on top of it. Okay, but we have our zone right there. Now, don't forget this is on the 4 hours. Again, as a day trader, you're not trying to take trades on the 4 hours. That's a big time frame. And it's also going to affect your stop loss. So you pretty much want to keep dropping down, but ensuring that your analysis holds, right? And also, is it the right time to enter the trade, right? Is it the right time to enter the trade? You know, we already know, we also do know that we are on a downtrend here. You can already see that. You can see the lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, right? Lower low, lower high. We are on a downtrend. So on the 4 hours, we can see that clearly, which is another good indicator that there's a possibility that this trade is going to drop. Again, remember, we are just but speculators in the market. How you trade, you're a speculator, right? And news could come in and change the whole thing. But we still want to make money either way. That's why a stop loss is important all the time. But we're already seeing our move right here. Then I'm dropping down to the 1 hour. Beautiful, beautiful. Look at that. So on the 1 hour, I'm now going to focus a little bit more on this area right here. This is a good entry place, but now I'm going to focus on this right here. All right. So let me just zoom it in. So there's a couple things. Market was on an uptrend on the 1 hour, right? Market was on an uptrend. We can move this a little bit out of our way. But the market was on an uptrend, making higher highs and higher lows. Go to this level right here. And this, you know, when I look at this, it's probably going to make sense when we break down. It's creating another pattern here, right? So we know when the market is moving up, right? You have higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. Now, if that pattern holds, I'll keep buying every time I have a higher low. If that pattern holds, I'll keep buying every time I have a higher low. But if this market comes here and creates an equal low for me, personally, that tells me that it has invalidated the previous trend. So it's no longer an uptrend, because an uptrend only involves higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. But now we have an equal low. What does that tell me as a trader? Okay, what does that tell me, or what does it tell you as a trader? It has invalidated, right? It has this equal low has invalidated the higher high, higher low concept or structure of an uptrend. So this is where now you got to be patient. You have to be patient. You have to be patient. Again, I'll be waiting to see something like this. This is now a neckline that has been created here. You have to understand that. Can you see where I'm going with this? Right? Can you see where I'm going with this? So there's two possible scenarios that might happen on the 1 hour here. Market could push back up. Okay, market could push back up, or it could push down. If it pushes down, I like to see that break, that retest, and then I'll keep selling. Now, if this market pushes up here, that is not the end of the world, okay? Because there's other things that could happen to indicate a different pattern. For example, this could push up here, creating a head and shoulders pattern, right? And you could see something like that. So on the 1 hour, now you have to ask yourself a question now. Is it the right time to enter this trade? And the answer is clearly no. The answer is clearly no. It's not time to enter this trade, right? But let me show you the date just so that if you're watching this anytime now, you can pretty much get into it at some point. So today is Monday, March 14. The time is 14:28, so 2 p.m., 2:30, right? I'm on Eastern Standard Time. Now, you now have to wait for this to play out. There's no rush. You're not going to chase the market, but at least now you know what to look out for. There's two possible scenarios here that I will be paying attention to, right? And don't forget, just because I say this might be a head and shoulders pattern that and then drop, doesn't mean if it bounces back up, anything could happen. You could see a double top, you could see a higher high, and then that would change everything, right? That could also happen. I don't want you to just have a rigid thinking of, oh, this is what he said. No, that's not what I said. This is my own personal analysis, and I'm just, this is this channel is for educational purposes. So I don't want you to get all wrapped up in exactly. I just want you to understand the concepts here, right? If you understand the concepts, then you should be in a good place to trade for yourself. And that's pretty much what we want, right? So those are the two possible scenarios. Wait for the break of structure here. Now, if I drop down to 15 minutes, you will be able to see this way much better. Way much better. So look at this. We have our structure right here. Maybe we could use this, right? So we have this right here. Just going out. Right. So we can already see what's happening, right? So we have market pushed up, came back to this zone. So this is a zone of interest. I'm not going to enter this trade until I see a break of structure, right? I like to see a break of structure right here. Then I would like to see a retest to the same zone. And then at that point, I can go ahead and sell this trade. Okay. But then again, we have said this, there is that possibility of you seeing the market push back up. And this right here is also a zone of interest for myself. Okay, this is also a zone of interest for myself. So I have two areas I will be monitoring on this trade on the 15 minutes, just in case if it bounces back up, I'll wait to see if this is a place where it's going to sell from. Okay, actually, this would even be a better entry because there's extra pips right here, right? More money if it sells from there, 25, right? if it sells from there. Or if it breaks, then I can also go ahead and take that trade as well, right? So my desire is, after watching this, you will have learned something and you would have gained some more knowledge on exactly how to trade when it comes to breakout structure, first of all, and trading the M pattern, right? The other thing I can do for us, I can definitely look at GBP AUD for us, right? I can look at GBP AUD for us. I had done this before, but it's going to be the opposite of the M pattern, which is a W pattern, right? But this is occurring also on the 4-hour time frame. That's kind of where I spotted it at. So look at this, okay? The W pattern, pretty much, let me take out the drawings. Hopefully I won't need them, but you can see what's happening here on GBP AUD, right? This is a beautiful setup on the 4-hour time frame. I do swing trade, right? I do swing trade, so this captures my eye immediately, right? But we have that right now. We have that right now. Let me just change this to black so that we can work with it. But this is a W pattern. What is a W pattern? Well, basically it's it just looks like a W. That's what it is right there. Okay, that's just what it is. I'm just going to dissect this a little bit for us, and then hopefully you'll learn something from it as well. So this market creates an area here, right? It's a zone there for us, right? Which is our resistance zone, which is also our neckline, okay? Our resistance zone, which is our neckline right there, okay? Now, it's the same concept, the same concept. You are waiting, you're waiting for either two scenarios. See, the market will either go up, go down, or consolidate. But you knowing that, right? Once you know that, you're not gonna fool yourself into thinking, oh, this trade is gonna buy 100%. No, it's not gonna buy 100%. But if this plays out like this, you get your break, get your retest right here, then you can go ahead and buy that trade like that. Okay, that is what you will be considering when you see this is GBP AUD on the 4 hours. Okay, that's what you're going to consider when you're looking at this trade. This is a W pattern. So the moment you see it, yeah, you're going to jump into it after you see your retest. And sometimes, guess what? This retest doesn't have to occur exactly on the neckline. It does jump at the top, and you just need to know what you're looking for. Okay, again, this is for learning purposes. I want you to understand what exactly is happening and how you can benefit yourself when you're analyzing the market and make some money for yourself, right? So that's a possible scenario. Now, looking at this trade right here, right? Looking at this trade right here, I already know if I want to see, sorry, I got a phone call. I already know that I want to see some kind of retest, right? I already know that I want to see some kind of a retest, right? If it breaks this zone. So there's a zone right here. And we'll break it down a little bit so that we can get some better markings than this. So we could probably extend that to that area right there. Okay, so let's just drop down to the 1 hour time frame and see what's happening. All right, I love this trade. I honestly love this trade. I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, I love this structure right here. It's behaving exactly the way I would want to see, right? Exactly the way I would want to see it behaving. Look at that. Look at that. So we already have our breakout structure, right? We already have our BOS, our breakout structure. Don't forget, breakout structure right there. Let's give it a background just so that we ain't just, we already have our breakout structure in that area right there. Now, see, most people right now will be so greedy trying to rush into this trade. That's what people do. Oh, breakout structure, it's gonna buy. Listen, I've been there. I know that doesn't work, right? Because guess what happens? Guess what happens? You might enter this trade right here, and if you're a smart trader, you'll probably be putting in a stop loss somewhere, maybe right there, right? Or even down here, right? That's a possibility. Guess what? This could end up being a total fake out. See, that's the reason why I wait for the retest. I wait for the retest because I know that the market can be manipulated. Could be seeing something like that, right? You could see something like that. That's a possibility. You just have to understand that this, you don't control the market. You anticipate, what you anticipate is not what is going to happen all the time. At the end of this, I'm going to show you some trades I analyzed last night and how they played out for me. One of them completely went the opposite direction. But I'll show you, and then you'll be able to judge for yourself, right? But that is a scenario that can happen. This could be a total fake out, right? So don't just jump into this trade because you saw the break of structure. There's people who take that risk. I am not for it, right? So my recommendation for you here is be smart. Wait for that retest and then take the buy. Once you see the retest, right? You see the retest there and the rejection. You see the retest and the rejection, and go ahead and take that buy. Go ahead and take. This is on the 1 hour. Go ahead and take that buy. Okay. I would recommend be patient. You will never lose if you're patient, because if you don't get into the trade, you never lost any money. If you get in on the trade at the right point, right, you will make some money with a very minimum risk, right? That's the whole idea here. So if I drop down to 15 minutes, I can already see there's some kind of a pullback happening, right? So I'm not in a rush to get into this trade, but it is a trade that I'm definitely watching out for, just so you know, right? It's a trade I'm definitely watching out for. And you can see I'm doing a top-down analysis. That's how I trade. I'll be looking at structure a lot. I also include in my analysis smart money concepts, right? And that's something I'll probably be going deep into or touching a little bit into as we continue doing this. This week is gonna be amazing. I promise you. I'm gonna hustle this week for us, right? So let me show you some trades that I prepared for myself yesterday, right? Yesterday, as I got started with this week, right? So as you can see, I'm in a trade here for GBP JPY. This is from today. Actually, this is not from yesterday, but some trades from yesterday. GBP AUD. I got into this the moment I saw it breaking out there. I think I sent it into the group or something. NZD USD, right? Again, you can see here the breakout structure. I marked this up because I send them into the chat group. Okay, so if you go to Telegram and you go into this link, it's attached down there. You will be able to see all the trades, all the analysis that I make, right? Actually, I should probably use them so that you see exactly the ones that I marked up. So I sent This one right here, this was Euro AUD. I sent this in the group. Euro AUD right there. You can see how it's pushing. Amazing. Like that's what we want to see, right? I'm excited because I'm making money at the same time, but I'm also excited because you can actually see that it's playing out the way we were waiting for it to play out. So this was definitely a good trade, right? Definitely a good trade. Let me drop down to the 1 hour. It's probably gonna make a little bit more sense there. But this was definitely a good trade. I got in here, I sent it to the group waiting for the retest, but the trade is just pushing. You still have a chance to enter the trade if it pulls back to this 1 hour time frame structure right here, right? You could also be expecting, let me just put that back where it was, because I like to see what I did or what I was expecting to happen. Okay, so you could also be waiting for that pullback to the 1 hour. You could also wait for that 1 hour retest right there. That is also a trade you can still catch when it does a retest there. The other one that I sent into the group, oh yeah, this one, this went against me completely. So this is Euro CHF. I was anticipating, I got into the trade here after this pullback, and I was anticipating for a sell, because as you can see on the 4 hours, let's just go into it. Now you will see what happened. Euro CHF. Right here. I have to show you from the 4 hours, because that's kind of where all this started. Now it's put me like in a huge drawdown. I'm still holding on to it because I'm like I'm waiting to see if it's gonna break. Is the 4 hours better? Okay. So this is what I saw. I looked at this market and I saw a pattern here. I saw the market in what I call a falling trend line. Like this is a bearish trend for me. That's what I saw, right? I saw that bearish trend right there. Then I saw this structure happening right here. Okay, so now I have my trend line marked up. I have this it's formerly a support level. Now it's a resistance level for me, and I'm looking at it thinking, okay, this is looking good for a rejection here. It had already rejected twice, just so you know, and you're not thinking, what is Kev saying? Let me show it to you, right? I don't know that this is gonna be, no, definitely not. Okay, but this might work. So it had rejected twice. It had rejected this in the same zone. So automatically I was thinking, I can see the rejection in this area. Then there was a drop, there was a break at this neckline right here. So I want to show you, like, it doesn't always go the way you want it. That's part of trading. So on the 1 hour, there's a neckline, right? You can see this hourly time frame structure. I marked it. The support, market broke. You can see the rejection there. Market pushed up, and I was anticipating for a sell from this area. I actually got into a sell right here. Okay, this was my point of entry. And I believe my stop loss was right there. Okay, just at that level right there. And you can see it bounced up, hit my stop loss, came back here. I still believe this trade is gonna drop, but I would like to see some kind of indicator, like it's actually going to do that for me. But that's what happened. I got into a sell, it hit my stop loss massively, put me in a huge drawdown, but Again, that is part of trading, right? That is part of trading. I'm not here trying to claim that I'm perfect, because I'm not. So that was one of the trades that I had sent yesterday in the group. A potential long-term sell for sure. That's what I thought right there. Had already started acting up, and I was excited, but boom, did not go through, and that's okay. The other one that I sent was Euro Canadian. So Euro CAD. See how Euro CAD is playing out so far. Again, so I'm still in this trade. I know it's minus a lot, but it just barely, maybe one or two pips almost to my stop loss. I'm still holding it. I'm not gonna get out. I see the potential here because market broke this structure. Like I'm not like shocked it pushed back up here, right? If you look at it on the 4 hours, sometimes you'll be like, okay, oh no, should have looked at this, right? But maybe a pullback. Let's see how it behaves. See that? So I've actually seen something on the 4 hours that I'm going to explore. I know this trade is on a major push down. This is not the best chart to be looking at because of all the purple lines. But this right here is an area of interest for me. And that's why I was looking at this drop down here. But now looking at it from the 4 hours, I am seeing this was a higher low, okay? So it's kind of made me think a little bit, okay? Kind of made me think a little bit. When I looked at it on the 1 hour, my focus was on this whole zone right here, right? I should have paid attention to that. I'm still in the trade. It almost hit my stop loss. I'll see if it actually plays out, comes back to this zone. The other thing I'm probably going to do is the moment it goes into profit, maybe comes back here, I'm going to move my stop loss at break even, just because I think there's a chance it might reverse and push up. Okay, just based on how it looks like on the 4 hours. So that's another thing. See, I'm learning also at the same time. This is GBP AUD. We already went through that, and pretty much that's the analysis that I sent into the group, right? You can definitely hop in there. The link is going to be in the description. Subscribe to the channel first of all, right? Subscribe to the channel, then click on the link for the Telegram group, join the Telegram group, and get to see some of the analysis I'm making in the course of the week, right? And hopefully you will learn something as well. So that being said, I'll call it a day. Okay, I will call it a day. Then we'll definitely meet up from there. So have a wonderful day. Subscribe to the channel. If you are interested in learning more on Forex trading, you know, I cryptocurrencies, I can definitely help you out with that. But you know, keep an eye. You can also reach out to me and you know, see what we can do. That being said, it's been real. Let me tell you, keep learning. It's the only way you will actually succeed through this whole process. So till next time, till next video, there's gonna be a whole bunch of videos this week because I want to actually make this worthwhile for all my subscribers. All right, have a beautiful day.